Have you heard of Anchor? It's the podcast platform we use to bring you our episodes. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let us explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard across multiple platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. And the best part is that it's everything you need to make a podcast, all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hi, I'm Amber.
I'm Melissa.
And you're listening to the AM Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the new year. It's been almost a month since the last time we talked to you, so we hope you all are doing well and your 2022 is going great so far. Before we get into today's episode, as Melissa mentioned in the last episode, we have changed our logo. We wanted to have something a little brighter and that spoke more to who we were, and what better way to do that than having our faces on it. So we hope you like it. So now we're going to jump into things. We're going to start with our K-pop picks of the week. Melissa, what is yours?
Thanks, Amber. So for me, my K-pop pick of the week is, I think it's IVE. I don't know if I'm pronouncing their name correctly, but because I've seen it with an apostrophe and I've seen it without the apostrophe after the I, so I'm just gonna say IVE. Anyways, I love their song 11, and at first I wasn't really interested in this song when it first came out. I guess because I just feel like there's so many just coming at me, and so I think I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, that's nice, and just moved on to something else. But I watched it again, and I actually watched the video because I think I may have just heard like the song at first, but I watched the video, and I don't know, now I love the song. And I think it's because now when I listen to the song, I could see that like beginning choreography that they do, which I love with like the formation. And then I love how they kind of like slow down the tempo a little bit, like I guess before the chorus, that little part. But anyways, it's a bit, I don't really know if it's like different, because I feel like I've heard other groups do that sort of, I don't even know what the style is called. I don't know what the style is called, but I've heard groups do similar styles of music. But anyways, long story short, I guess I really love the song now, and I've been listening to it quite often. So yeah, that's it for me, and just a little bit of the song. Okay, so Amber, what about you?
So my pick is Wavy's Love Talk. I somehow got the I can hear you calling from where you are stuck in my head this week. And so I've been listening to it like every single day, and I literally have no idea why I got stuck in my head, because look at old song. Like, it was just very random. One day I was sitting there and I just started singing that part. So yeah, that's my pick of the week. So here's a little bit of it. Okay, so that was the song, and we're going to move on to a few news items per the usual. The first one is we're going to talk about how Jay Park on New Year's Eve announced that he was stepping down as CEO of AOMG and Higher Music, but will remain as an advisor. Truthfully, I wasn't shocked to hear that he was stepping down, because before he had mentioned that like he was gonna like retire. I remember him talking about he wanted to retire or whatever. So I'm like, maybe this is like the first step to doing that. But what I was shocked about was the timing of it all. Like, why now? Did something happen, or was he like, now is the time for me to step down? I was also wondering, thinking more on the question of why now. Is it because of like the backlash that happened last year? And if that and if that was like the moment, he is the face of both companies, and that could have hurt the image or tainted the name. Not sure if it was like that incident also. I wasn't sure if it was affecting like deals that they may have been working on, or affecting like some of the artist's career, like that whole thing of like, if you're associated with someone and they do something bad, then technically it's like you did something bad too. So yeah, so I was wondering if that was part of it. And I don't know if it was just like hurting the company, so he was like, okay, it's time for me to like step back. And I mean, he's still going to be there, and I'm very sure he's like, although he's an advisor, I feel like he might be having some sort of like CEO-ish role still behind the scenes, kind of. But yeah, so that was my thought on it. What were your thoughts, Melissa?
Yeah, I think it's interesting that you brought up that how maybe what all of the stuff that was going on last year may have possibly tainted like the image of like the company, or like affected the artist. Because I was thinking the same thing, because like even when we were reviewing I think because we've reviewed a few artists that music from a few artists that are on both labels, I guess. And we were always like, yeah, we like them, but we don't know about like the CEO, like we don't know about Jay, like so it's like we've always like supported them and their music, but not necessarily the company. So now we don't really have to say that anymore, I guess. Because he's the one of the CEO. So, but I was also thinking, I agree with you. He's been talking about retiring for some time. He's not even that old, so I don't know what he's talking about. But I do think that he may continue to make music, because Simon Dominic had done the same thing, because he was co-CEO of AOMG, and then he stepped down in 2018, but he still makes music with them.
Yeah.
So, and he never said that he was going to stop making music. So I don't know, but it's interesting. It'd be interesting if he does still have some sort of CEO role. I mean, like, even like, yeah, anyways, yeah. Okay, so I was about to go to someone else from another company, but I was like, I need to focus on this one. But anyways, he does have some other projects in the works outside of the music. Like, he's starting his One Soju brand, and I saw an article about how he's potentially in the works with Cacao to potentially start an idol group, whatever that would look like. Coming from a hip hop background, I don't know what that would look like. But anyways, I was just thinking, like, even if he is stepping down, it doesn't seem like he's gonna be leaving the entertainment business anytime soon. And so yeah, I still think he's still gonna make music, though, just not, be in the CEO role.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was all. Those are all my thoughts.
Okay, well, I guess we just gotta wait to see what happens and what he puts out. I mean, he's always putting out music, like you said, so I wouldn't be shocked if he drops something next month or something like
or next week, really.
Right? It'll be like 20 songs or something. Anywho, moving on to the next one. Dispatch is holding a concert called DFESTA for their 10th anniversary. They are supposed to have BTS, 17, and Hypen, Newish, Stray Kids, Twice, NCT Dream, NCT 127, and TXT as their main lineup. So, Melissa, what are your thoughts on this?
I just think it's funny how, like, on social media, well, I think it was only one person I saw, but anyways, people were saying that this is kind of like a hostage concert, because people are saying that Dispatch must have some tea on the idols, which is why they're doing this concert. But outside of that, I think the lineup does look pretty good. And I'm wondering if this is just going to be pre-recorded performances. I've only seen BTS's teaser, so I don't know about that. But I also think it's interesting that a reporting entity, like what are they, I don't know, aren't they like paparazzi, or like I don't even know what to call them.
I feel like they're like a well researched like TMZ in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like I feel like it's like if TMZ was holding like a concert like here, that's what it feels like. So it's just kind of, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But they have some heavy hitters in their lineup, so they must have somebody,
Yeah.
or like people are saying, they have some tea on the artist and they're forcing them to perform. So, and then in exchange for like keeping any secrets they have. So I don't know, it's interesting, but I'm still gonna watch it. So, Erin, what about you?
I agree. I was dying laughing when I read some of the comments that the fans were posting after this was released. But I really wouldn't be surprised if they treated the tea for a performance. So, but if that's not true, then I wonder how they convinced them to do the concert. Well, I guess they would have paid them. But like, I don't know, because I feel like their whole like anything that Dispatch puts out is potentially could be damaging to the artist unless it's something positive. And so I'm curious, like, why would you work with the person that may take you down at any moment? You know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. But that being said, I'm looking forward to hearing more about this. I mean, the lineup is perfect. So I would be totally tuning in for this concert too. I don't know. I'm just waiting to hear more. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say about this?
Oh no, I guess I disagree with you. I guess we'll see what this is
Okay.
like.
All right. So moving on to the next topic, we are going to talk about BTS's By BTS merch. As of today, which is the 16th, only 4 members have released their merch. Jin put out 2 sets of pajamas and a pillow. RM put out sweatpants and a wind chime. V put out a Boston bag and some brooch sets. Suga put out a black note cover that came with a notepad in it. And guitar pick necklaces. We are waiting on Jimin, J-Hope, and Jungkook's merch to be released, but we do know that Jimin is releasing a hoodie and a pair of earrings. So, Melissa, what are your thoughts?
Um, Yeah, I first of all, I guess I just want to say that I wish I was gonna be able to get like any of this merch.
Right.
Like Jimin's isn't even out yet, but I already know I'm not gonna get it. I mean, it's gonna
Mhm.
be the Hunger Games, but I don't know. Maybe we might have a chance since now we actually know what time the
Yeah.
merches or lines are dropping. Because for some reason, I know. I mean, I know I just kind of ignored the calendar, but and then I was surprised when everything was sold out because I was
Mhm.
like, when were they even on sale? If I just looked at the calendar, I would have known. But they have so much going on right now. It's hard to keep up with like everything.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, in terms of like the products themselves, I love how each of the members' merch represents them in some way,
Mhm.
because even when V's bag came out, like before even knowing that it was his, when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that's totally like something V would do.
Mhm.
And it turned out to be V. And then I recognized the face brooches because he loves drawing faces. He loves painting those types of faces. But like, but yeah, I just love how each of the merch lines or whatever is, it's very them. And yeah, I don't know one more to say about that. I don't want to go through each of them, but I do think that the prices are kind of ridiculous. Um, and it's crazy how based on my understanding, and I guess other people have said this also, that they didn't have a say in the pricing for their products. They
Mhm.
just had a say in, I guess what they wanted to make and the quality in which they wanted to make it, which is totally nice, but it's kind of sad that it's so expensive.
Mhm.
And it was funny well, I don't know if it was funny, but it was interesting, I guess, that when Jin's items came out, like even he was shocked at the price. Like I think he wrote a whole post about it on Weverse saying, "Oh wow, I didn't know it was going to be this expensive." Because I think Was it the pajamas? I think they were like 110 each or something like that, or
I think
something
they
like
were,
that.
yeah, I think it was like $117 or something like that.
So it's a lot,
Yeah.
but but even with the ridiculous prices and the fact that it's basically the Hunger Games, to try it and get any of it, because a lot of them were sold out in like under a minute. Um, I do like that the details for each of the products seem to be very well thought out. Like I was watching RM's show, and he had made the first of all, he has a back pocket in the sweatpants. So I was like,
Hmm.
huh, that's new, that's different, that's unusual. Um and then I like that he put the strings that are usually hang out in the front, he has them inside. I was like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, so you don't have ugly ties sticking out. All right. And then like I like how on the string it says by BTS or something. Like it's very detail oriented. And I love Jimin's how in Jimin's earrings that he's coming out with, he has 13 carved into it. I'm like, that is so
Hmm.
Jimin. Because I mean, if you're army, you know that 13 is like a really important number for him. So yeah, this is all I was gonna say. I'm kind of mad I wasn't, like, if anything, if I there was one, okay, I do really want the hoodie from Jimin, but I really would have liked to get them from V because that bag looked really nice. Um oh, and the face brooches, like those looked so cool. Okay, anyways, that's all I was gonna say. What about you?
I agree with everything you said. Uh, I no, I think, yeah, definitely I could I could justify buying V's bag
Yeah.
out of all the ones that have been released. That one I was like, wow, that was like well executed, and I don't know, it just fit him like you said. So,
Yeah.
and I agree with you. That's one thing that I also thought about was how thoughtful and like well thought out everything was. Like they really took into consideration like, oh, maybe this should be like this because I hate when this doesn't work or something, like specifically with RM, like the strings and wait, and I really love how Jen made deep pockets for the
Oh
pajamas.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ugh,
Genius.
if you're a girl, you understand, okay? Because like we get fake pockets, or if we do get pockets, it's like tiny and you can like barely fit your phone in it. And so it's nice to have deep pockets. And I think RM's has deep pockets as well.
Yeah.
Um so I don't know, maybe men need to like design more clothes or something, because that's the one thing I think out of all the clothes, like just all the clothing that I've ever worn my entire life, when it comes to pants or sweatpants or just even dresses, I'm like, can I get a real pocket? Like, I don't want to carry anything all the time.
But I also think they made their products to be like unisex.
Hmm.
So I think that also has something to do with it. And I
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I was gonna
I
say.
know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, that's why I said men need to start doing it, because they take that stuff into consideration. And just like as a female, like that's, you really want deep pockets. I don't know. I feel like that's just something I've always complained about. Like, I want real pockets, like guys have pockets.
No, yeah,
So.
I agree. Or we just need to they need to make more like, so like I know like okay, I know that like certain brands like Gap or like Old Navy, they do make like unisex like sweatpants and stuff. So I'm just
Hmm.
wondering if either, I don't know. But anyways, I agree with you. I'm just saying I agree with you.
So you thinking like we need more unisex stuff, and then maybe we'll
Yeah,
get the pockets that we want.
yeah, that's where I was going. Because clearly there seems to be a disconnect with designers and like designing women. I mean, designing clothing specifically for women.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Anyways, I agree with the pockets though.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, I don't know. I was just thinking because it'd be nice to be able to go out and not have to carry like a purse. That's what I was really thinking in my head. Because I'm always like, I don't want to carry a purse, but whatever. I also love how for each merch, it has like, it's very practical and it's useful for like everyday life. And there's like something for every type of army. Like, I mean, I know everybody can wear like the sweatpants and stuff, but I more so was thinking about like like I feel like anybody could wear that. It could be like a business person,
Mm-hmm.
or I mean, I don't know if you would wear it to school or anything, but I don't know. And I was thinking about when Suga put out his little notebook covering. I was like, oh, that's such like for a business person, because he put the little pockets for business cards and stuff. So I was like, this is like they're just touching everyone. Everyone can wear it. Because I don't know if I would have gotten the pajamas, because I normally don't wear pajama sets to bed. Anyways, we're not talking about me. So.
I do wear pajamas.
You do?
So I've been
Like the
trying
sets?
to wear. Wait, sorry, what?
Like the sets?
I've been trying to wear more sets instead of just like t-shirts and like shorts or whatever. Just because I don't know, I'm starting like I feel like sets make me feel more together. I appreciated the pajama sets. I mean, if they weren't like so expensive, and if I knew when they were going to drop, and if they weren't sold out, then I would have tried to get them. And I do like, honestly, I did like the pillows too, because I liked how
Yeah.
like ergonomic they looked. I was like, huh, this looks comfy. I don't know, but yeah.
I guess talking about Jen stuff. I also agree with you on like the cost of some of the things, specifically for Jen and RM's clothing. I feel like it was a little much. Like I can't justify spending that much money on the items. Like maybe if they were like half the cost, I would be like, okay, this makes sense. I would definitely buy it. But I don't know. It was just like $100 for one pair of pajamas. Like I don't get it. Like maybe if it was like 117 for both the black and the blue PJs, because I really liked his little concept behind it. Like if you were good, you were the little angel. If you were bad, you should reflect, and you could only wear the devil ones. Like it was like it's very thought out and it was cute, but like
Yeah.
it's expensive. Um, but I will say, when I was watching the making videos, Jen had said don't use cheap materials, and in my head I immediately thought that's why it's so expensive because you didn't use cheap materials. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I felt like that. And then I just want to add that for the show videos that they were putting up, I swear BTS are the best models for their merch, and they are great salesmen. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching the show for Jin, I was like, well, I mean, the pajamas. Like maybe if they were available, maybe I could. And so like they really make you like want to buy a product. And the way and the way Jungkook was modeling
Oh
RM's
yeah.
pants, like he was working hard. You could tell he was
Fanning
fanning
it.
and posing. He always like turned to the side and pose, show off the pants, and he's like still fanning on the side. I was like, he's trying to work for them, and I really appreciated that. But I do like how everything was taken into consideration. I also like Jin's. Okay, apparently I have to go through all of them. But I really like Jin's the hoodie. I mean, I guess I'm really excited for Jin's hoodie. Not Jin, Jimin's hoodie. Because it's coming, and like now we know when things are going to be on sale. So hopefully I can get it. And that's like, if out of everything, that's one that I might be able to justify spending money on, just because it has a lot of like small cute details that like you may not know if you're not an army. And I think it's really cute. The earrings are cute. And I also like how like they might have like one expensive item, but they also have like side items that are a little less expensive.
Mm-hmm.
They're still slightly expensive, but it's a little less expensive than the other ones. So yeah, I think this is an interesting project, and I wonder if like Hybe is going to do this for some of their other artists as well.
I hope so.
Yeah, because this is fun. Anywho, I went on enough. Do you have anything else to say about the merch?
No, I think we said a lot. I just
Okay.
wanted to add that I love the shows also because they made it very entertaining and it does make you want to buy it. You're more likely to buy it because it's like, oh, well, they're wearing it and they love
Yeah.
it. And so I don't know. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. I don't have anything more to add though because we said a lot about this.
So moving on, we just want to give you like a little spoiler alert for the next two topics. we'll be talking about the first 2 webtoons that Hype released this past week. And so there might be some spoilers in there, so you might not want to listen to this part if you haven't read them yet. So we're going to talk about BTS's webtoon Seven Fates Choco. Right now the prologue and the first episode are out, unless you paid 5 coins for the second episode. Which I'm really upset. I almost got coins because I want to know what happens next, but I decided to wait. But so far I like it. It seems like a really good storyline. I want to see how each character becomes like a defender against the Boom. Is it Boom? Is that how you say it? Or Biom?
I think it's Boom.
Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna say Boom. And I also want to see how Zia broke the seal. And who was the guy that told Zia to go to Inwang Mountain in the first place? Like, I feel like, okay, part of me feels like he might be one of the creatures or something. Like he might be someone trying to like pull him over or try to use him in some way. But it's only the first episode in the prologue that's out, so I guess my answer, I'll get answers later on. So Melissa, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think so far it's pretty good. I mean, based on the prologue and the first episode. I think I was really interested in this concept when we first heard about it at the Hype like briefing, because it was I think it's really interesting that it's based on Korean folklore. So I guess it's based on the Chaco Kapsa. I don't know. I hope that's how you say it. I don't know. But basically there were tiger hunters during the Joseon dynasty, and also tigers and bears. Well, according to them, at least that's what it's based on. When I watched their they had a lot of like interviews and like making videos of this whole project, which I mean, I guess it's a side note, but did Hypen and TXT also have this many like making videos and like multiple teasers and multiple interviews for theirs? Because I don't remember seeing anything.
I don't know. Like, no, I only saw the BTS ones that popped up on my feed and recommendations. So I don't know.
I'm just wondering. I'm gonna go back and look because I feel like there was a lot of promotion for the Chaco one, and I don't remember seeing a whole lot of promotion for the other two, but it's probably because we're ARMY. And that's just what popped up for us in our YouTube recommendations, like you said. Anyways, going back to this one though. So far, like I said, I think both of them were good so far. The prologue, it was a little bit, so I think overall this is going to be a little bit more violent than I had expected. Especially the prologue. I was like, oh, like the way that the graphics are, like when he was like they were killing one of the bum, and I was like, oh, they're really showing every step of this like killing. Okay. Anyways, and then also it's actually pretty, it's more graphic than I thought I guess it was gonna be. I don't know. But I am interested in seeing how they became bum hunters, specifically since a couple of them have very interesting or like complicated relationships with them. Like Ziha, like I don't think he knows yet. It doesn't seem like it, because in his memories it looks like both of his, I don't know. Okay, let me just finish what I was gonna say, and then I'm gonna go back to what I was gonna say before. But apparently, because we know that Zeha is half bum and half human, and then Juan, which we haven't been introduced to as yet in the story, but we know that he's in love with one of them. And so,
I didn't know that.
Oh, girl, sorry, I watched all the promotional things.
I think I tried not to because I wanted to like know the story like as it comes.
Oh. Well, and like they had like interviews with each of the members, and they one of the questions was like, so tell us about Zeha, or tell us about Juan, tell us about Haru, or all the characters. And they didn't give away like a lot, but they just gave like a basic like, oh well, Haru is a rock, who's actually who turns into a human. So like things like that. But then they're like, oh, watch the show for more, or watch the webtoon for more, or read the webtoon.
But it does feel like you're like watching something as you're scrolling through, though.
Yeah. And it was, and I guess I was also confused because like in the making videos and stuff, like they have it advertised like as though it's an animated thing. But going back to the bombs, they said that once a year, I think I guess on January 16th they said, right, like once a year the bombs come out and they blend in with the humans. And so, and when you look at Zeha's like memories, it looks like both of his parents are human. And so I was wondering if one of the parents is actually a bomb in disguised as a human.
Could be.
Or does he just think both of his parents are human because someone manipulated his memories to make him think that they were both human? So I don't know.
Well, if he's half human, one of them has to be human, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's half bomb, then
yeah,
right.
One of them has to be, but in the flashbacks, it looked like they were both human.
Yeah, but they said maybe the mom was like the human because she said didn't they say that she was like a shaman or something?
Yes.
So maybe
you're thinking it's the dad.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be the dad.
But
then why didn't the dad turn into his beast form and then like protect them from dying? Or did he lose his powers? Okay, hold on.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, I don't know.
I don't know.
And what really happened on that mountain? Okay.
We'll find out.
Why was he the only survivor? Does he turn into a bomb? Okay, whatever. Okay.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking that maybe he survived because he was half bomb. And that's why he survived from the slash that the monster might have given him. And that's, that's might be why he's the only... Okay. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry.
I guess we'll just find out more as the show goes on. So those were all my thoughts.
Okay. Also, I just wanted to mention that when you were talking about how they made it seem like it was going to be like a show, but it's actually a webtoon, when you were talking about the promotion for it, I was sitting here scrolling through and I was like, this would be like a great cartoon. Like, I would love to see this like quote unquote live action or something. Like,
I agree.
I think it would be so... Oh, you think that would be the next thing? Do you think they'll like start from like webtoons and then turn their webtoons into shows? I mean, I know they'll just be making more money, but like that would be epic.
That would be amazing. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, they've already done Save Me. They're doing this. They're doing the next like 3 whatever webtoons. I feel like that would be a really good next step to do like a small like mini series or something. I don't know what platform they would use for that.
They could use YouTube or Weverse.
I guess they could use Weverse.
Yeah,
they could use Weverse. They could definitely use Weverse. They already have shows on there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take us off topic.
It's not a strategizing their next business move. Okay.
But I think that would just be so cool because when I was reading, I was like, oh my God, I would just love to see this emotion. Because you were talking about like when they were like killing and fighting, and like to me, fight scenes are like just more emphasized when they're like there's action to them. So yeah.
Movement,
okay.
Yeah.
Enough about the BTS one. We're gonna move on to Enhypen's Dark Moon Blood Altar. Lisa, what were your thoughts?
Okay, so for this one, the first episode was so sad.
Yeah.
It was just really sad. It's just sad that, you had this girl who obviously was like kind of lonely, and she found this a friend, and then at the end of the episode he's dead, or like mid episode. Well, was that technically like a prologue? They didn't label the prologue, but
I think it was a prologue.
Okay. Anyways, it was sad. But I'm also curious as to what the girl's special ability is other than the super strength, or is that her special ability? I'm just confused about her, but I guess because it's only the first episode, we're supposed to be confused. But it's just weird. Well, first off, it's weird that she has this weird ability, which is super strength. It's also weird that she's going to a night school when she claims to not be a vampire. And then it's also weird that people are like keep thinking that she's a vampire. And it's also strange that even though people think she's a vampire, she's going to a night school, but then she says in the end, oh, there's no one who hates vampires more than I do. I don't know, like, is she a vampire hunter? I'm just confused about like who she is and what she's doing and why she's going to a night school where classes start at 9 o'clock if she's not actually a vampire.
The night, okay, hold on, that also confused me, because the night school is not a school for vampires, so why are they starting at night?
I don't know. Because I was confused too. And they're like, oh, there's very strict no vampire policy. Why are y'all going to school at 9 o'clock at night if you're not vampires?
Yeah.
What are you then? You think they're werewolves?
They might be werewolves.
Do werewolves only go to school at night though?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Or maybe they feel like the world. I don't know. Look, there's a lot of unanswered questions here, okay? So confused.
I think that's it. Like, I'm just confused. I think she's a vampire. I don't know. That's my conclusion after episode 1.
Okay. I just want to first say that I'm really happy this is out now, because I remember when we first heard about this, we were happy because we thought the mystery of the werewolves and the vampires would finally be solved. Clearly we are still confused, but that's okay. I would say that I agree. This episode was really sad. Like, I just want to know, like, how are you going to get me attached to this little boy, Chris, after finding out that he is dead? Like when it opens, you see that he's dead. And then, so it's just like, I need an explanation, because I'm like, oh, their friendship is so cute. And then he dies. And then I'm confused because, like, okay, I guess the prologue, like you said, we see that she saves him from a burning fire, basically. And, like, the building collapsed, and so she saves him. But, like, he dies from a vampire, and they have, like, a wooden stake through his chest. So I wonder if maybe, I don't know if I'm confused, or, like, I guess kind of might answer your question. Like, I wonder if she hates vampires because they killed the one person that, like, truly trusted her and believed her wholeheartedly. Because it looks like that's what killed him. I don't think she killed him. But there was also a flashback of her biting his neck. So I don't know. I have no clue.
He's the one who said, go ahead and bite me when you feel comfortable.
Yeah, but I don't think she's the one that killed him, though.
I don't think so either. Because
he was wearing a different clothing from when he was in the casket. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. I also agree with you about that she has she has everything a vampire does, but she's not one. Like, maybe she doesn't need to, like, feed off blood to live, and because she can be out in the day, like, doing all of the stuff where, like, you know, traditionally, my understanding of a vampire is that they sleep during the day and come out at night. So that's how I'm feeling. Like, maybe she's special, or maybe one of her parents, somewhere along the line of their, like, bloodline, they had, like, a vampire in their family, and then, like, it just kind of got passed down, and so maybe she has, like, the powers, but she doesn't have the restrictions of a vampire. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know. And then my final thought is that I have a feeling that she'll become close to the guy that came into her room to get his book, like she was with Chris. And at least by the end of this, I think she will be that. You know, for part of it, I was thinking that, like, maybe Chris came back alive and that was secretly him, but he just, like, dyed his hair. But I remember, like, homeboy was actually dead, so I don't think that is true. But I feel like she'll find a friend in him like that again. But yeah, I'm just really curious to know if you all that are listening have any thoughts on Webtoon. Let us know about that. Do you have anything else to say about the Webtoon?
Oh, nope. I'm just, like you said, curious to know who she is.
Yeah. There's a lot of unanswered questions, but we've only got the first episode, so of this one we only have the first episode. There was no, like, second episode available if you, like, pay a little extra. So yeah, so that's all we have for the news section. We're going to talk about some comebacks that has occurred over the time when we were on break, and we're going to talk about the first one, which is the Rose, Beauty, and the Beast. Can I just say how happy I was when I saw that they were back? I'm really, really, really happy. It's been too long since they came out with anything. I was really excited when I saw that they put out this video. It was like a nice end of year gift from them because this came out on the 29th of December. So it was really nice. I feel like this is like a good song as a whole, but usually their songs are. So the lyrics are really beautiful and create a great story. I love the storyline of the video, and I like how it had some like fairy tales laced throughout it. Like I saw like a little bit of like the Pinocchio thing with like the little boy that was sitting, at least I think it was Pinocchio, that's what I got from it. That was sitting there, and the grandpa was like painting him. That's what I felt. And then you had like the nod to Beauty and the Beast, literally. I love the outfits that the members were wearing. They felt very like regal. And yeah, so I mean, I just can't wait to hear more from them. So Melissa, what were your thoughts?
So, I agree with you. I think they all looked very regal and looked very princely, and their outfits went with the whole fairy tale theme of the music video. Um, and I actually read an article saying that the little boy with the grandfather was actually his dead son. He was trying to revive, but I think I prefer your Pinocchio theory a bit better because
I do too. I do too.
Because that's a bit morbid.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you know what I saw, what I read. But also, I'm just really glad. This song feels kind of like the ending of something and also the beginning of something new for them, because they're now out of their contract with Jay and Star Company. And Beauty and the Beast is, I don't know. Well, okay, so Beauty and the Beast is known as to be, I guess, the last song that they participated in before before they enlisted in the military. So I'm thinking, since a lot of them, well, I guess most of them, all of them really, I guess, enlisted back in 2020. I'm guessing that they maybe recorded the song and did the video and just didn't release it until now. Because I wonder, part of it is because they're now, they ended the contract, and so maybe were they like prevented from releasing new music or something? I feel like that was also part of it, or am I making this up?
I don't fully remember, but I could only assume that might be part of it because I mean the company technically owns the name and the music, like technically anything that they make under the name. So I think part of it was, I don't know, they might have been fighting for the name as well. But I know they did stop making stuff for a while, and
Yeah.
they like, they were putting out their like own single music. So I don't know.
Well, this is a beautiful song, and the lyrics are really pretty, and their vocals, as usual, are amazing, and just a really, really great song. And I'm glad that they are, I guess, sort of back. I don't know, or I don't know if they're like, I guess. I guess I don't really know what the next steps are for them.
Yeah.
Because now that they're out of the contract, and that it seems like they're going to still make music together. It's just I'm wondering if I don't know if they can still make music like as the Rose, and I know that I don't know if all of them are out of the military. I know that one member is supposed to be discharged, was supposedly discharged, I guess, earlier this year. But I don't know what their next steps are going to be. But this is a great song and a great end to the year.
I'm hoping that this song is kind of like them saying like we're on our way back. But I'm guessing technically they did keep the name and everything if they can still use, because it says the Rose.
Yeah.
When you look at the song. So maybe I can't, I'm having like a brain fart because I remember reading about like the whole legal thing and what they can do, what they couldn't do, like when they won the lawsuit and everything. So maybe they kept the name. But yeah. So, you have anything else to say about the Roses comeback?
No, I just really like the song.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one, which is Hyolin's Layin' Low. Melissa, what were your thoughts?
So I love Hyolyn. I love that she always comes through with like the grown woman K-pop that is. I feel like it's really missing. Maybe I'm not listening to the right people. I don't know, but I feel like in like mainstream like K-pop, there isn't really anyone doing what she's doing like
Mm-hmm.
at all. From I don't know. Maybe there are people out there, but I don't know the side of K-pop that I'm usually on in general is like more like the girl groups side and like the younger solo women artists and like I feel like I'm on that younger side of K-pop, or not even younger but just like the group side, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But Hyolyn is like one of the few female K-pop artists that gives grown woman like sexy like music like every time she puts something out now, and I appreciate that. I'm also it's always fun when I see like choreographers that I'm like familiar with,
Yeah.
because I'm also a fan of one of the dancers in the video, CJ Salvador. I used to actually watch his choreo videos like years ago when I thought I wanted to be a dancer. Oh, I'm like, oh, CJ. No wonder this choreo is fire, because I'm pretty sure that like he must have contributed to it as well. Um, but yeah, and the song is really good. It's pretty catchy. And that's all I was gonna say. I love Yolan.
I love her too. Um, I agree. She always comes through with the grown woman, and it's funny because I was just talking about how I was missing the mature concept. So when this dropped, I was like really, 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 really happy. I really love this song in the video. I like her hair; like it was a very nice cut and
Yes.
color on her. Like I don't know if she's ever had that color. I don't know. It just worked. It just worked with the song, the outfit. It just worked. And I always enjoy the videos that are like simple and really focused on her dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dolly was like that too, and I really like that one. Also I love the guy dancer she had. I think I just always love when artists have like co-ed dancers in it, just because I don't know, it has a little spice to it. And I also just want to lastly mention that I love how she always has dancers from like different races in all of her music videos.
Yes.
I really enjoy that. And yeah, I mean I agree with everything you said, so I'm trying not to like repeat, but I do love like the grown and sexy she's giving off. And yeah, that's how I mean laying low, it's really good. And the chorus is the laying low part. The chorus it just hits hard, you know. So yeah, that's all I have to say. You have anything else to say about Hyolyn?
Um. Nope.
Okay, so moving on to our last comeback, we're talking about Momoland featuring Nati and Natasha. Yummy Yummy Love. This is my favorite comeback from Momoland. It was like a mash between like the brightness that they normally have, but there was like mature in there too, unlike their other videos, which I feel like were all bright and poppy and just like yeah, just poppy. um, the chorus was really catchy and the outfits were really nice. And I love collabs where like the person is actually there in the video, and was nice to see Nati doing the dances with them. Um, yeah, and I thought it was cute the little roller rink set, because I feel like I don't see a lot of roller skates in videos, so it was nice. It was just different for them, which is something I like when groups and artists like kind of switch up their concepts here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this was a nice one because it wasn't too drastic of a switch up, but you still had like the oldness with the newness, and it was like a nice transition. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Melissa?
Oh, see, yeah, I haven't heard from Momoland in a while, and the last that I remember them, or maybe I don't know if they have come out with anything new recently, but the last thing that I remember for them was like the Boom Boom Part Two song. I can't remember what song that was called. But it was a song that was very similar to the Boom Boom song. And anyways, and I'm glad that that they're back with and they sound they look and sound like a whole different group. Like, if I didn't recognize some of the members, I wouldn't have thought that this was Momoland.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember thinking, like, yeah, they definitely have progressed past Boom Boom.
Yes.
And I'm so glad, because I don't know. I mean, it was like you said, they were very, very poppy. I don't know if you said very, very. I added the very, very. To me, they were just very, very poppy. I mean, the songs were super catchy, the ones that like made them big. But it's just, I'm glad that they're going in this different direction, and they've been around for like 5 years now, 5 or 6 years now. So I think it was time for them to kind of mature a little bit more. And so I like that about this song. I also like that they incorporated Natty, Natasha, in the dance songs and the dance moves as well, in the dance formations, I guess. So that was cool. And yeah, that's all I was gonna say.
Okay, well, that closes out the comeback part of this episode. We're gonna move on to some debuts that occurred. We're gonna start with Got the Beats Step Back. Got stands for Girls on Top, for you guys that may not have heard it. They've come from SM, doing their whole like super M type thing, but with the girl groups. So Melissa, what are your thoughts?
I like the whole girl power aspect or appeal of the group, and I really like that it's a very interesting mix of the new girls that they have, like from aespa, and then they have the girls who have been around for longer, and then like Boa, who is like I guess a legend is at SM, because she helped build it, from my understanding.
She's definitely a legend.
Yeah, so I really like that. And what was I gonna say? I guess I didn't have this written down, but I really love the outfits. So I did see I guess, the debut performance, I guess, at their New Year's whatever event. Their outfits looked amazing. The choreo was amazing, and they all looked like put together, and like they were all together, I guess. I know how to say it. Like, not really in sync, but like not even just well rehearsed. They just all looked like they were meant to be there, like on stage, and they just looked really good together, I guess. And so that was interesting to see that. It's my first time seeing girls from the different girl groups and like generations together on one stage. And anyway, I just want to say they looked and sounded amazing. About the lyrics for the songs, I know some people were saying that I guess they expected for the lyrics to be a bit more feminist, I guess. But I personally didn't see an issue with them. I mean, I guess because the way that I look at it is like it's a pop song. I mean, Jopping didn't really have any message to it either. And so, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess this song is basically telling other girls to leave their man alone or whatever, to step back from him or whatever. But like I said, it's a pop song. It's supposed to be fun. Like, pop music is supposed to be fun, and I feel like people are just maybe reading too much into it. And this is only one song. I mean, they may put out another song that is more like, I don't know, more on the feminist side, or I don't know what to say. But then okay, then we go into this whole like debate of like, what is feminist? Feminism is also like being able to say what you want to say and do what you want to do when you want to do it. So if they want to talk about girls staying away from their man, that's what they want to talk about. I don't know, like, okay, so maybe I was going too deep into like the feminism aspect of it. But anyways, I guess at the end of the day, I'm just saying I like the song. I have no issues with the song. It's a fun pop song, and that's it.
So I agree with what she said. Okay, I always agree with what she said. I do like you mentioned, I do love the mixture of the idols from all generations. So that's really nice. The performance was amazing and seamless. Like, they have great chemistry, and it felt like they've been a group for a while. And I don't know if it's because like maybe I would say like the younger girls were able to learn from like the older like seasoned members, And I don't know, it was just perfect. Like, I just remember, like, when we were talking about Super M, I was like, I'm missing the chemistry. They don't look like they're like together. They don't feel cohesive yet. But like the girls, they did. But that, you know, girls are amazing, so whatever. Um, the again, I agree with you on the outfits. I love it. It really gave off like that girl power, like don't mess with me kind of vibe. Also I think the song was well rounded, from like the vocals to the rap. Like, I don't know, I just feel like everything was just top notch, you know? And as far as the lyrics go, like you mentioned, like I know there was a drama, like there was drama around them. People were saying that like it was too misogynistic and fighting over a man, and I also know that like the fans did expect something more uplifting, gearing towards like women empowerment, and I guess, which is what I was kind of expecting from the name of the group. Like, it's called Girls on Top, so I thought like it would be like a little more powerful. But that all being said, like I love the song. Like you mentioned, I have no issues with the lyrics, because like sometimes you have to tell girls like back up, and you don't know, like, you know, sometimes there's situations where like the guy might tell the girl to back off, but she doesn't want to listen, and so you have to step in and tell them to back up. I mean, I've never had to do that, but like I know people that had to do that. and so
Hmm.
and so it's like sometimes people don't have any chill, and like I know that we're talking about girls, but like this happens with guys too. Like sometimes they'll do the same thing, like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? And then they're like bold enough, and like if you say yeah, they're like bold enough to say, well, I don't see him around, or he ain't gotta
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just feel like there's nothing wrong with these lyrics, and like you mentioned, like they can do what they want to. I don't know, it's just nice. I think it's been a while to have a song that like wasn't, I wouldn't say that I don't like songs that are empowering, but like I just like the fun, like me doing me, or like this person being strong, like just some, like I just miss those songs, and so I'm really happy that we had one of those songs. So yeah, I like it. I mean, I can see why people have a problem with it if you look at it from that viewpoint, but like it's not that deep. So yeah, but just like overall, I love it. They're everything. I'm really excited to see more from them. And yeah, do you have anything else to say about them?
No, I just wanted to. I guess that was one thing I wanted to like
Mhm.
add. I guess is that I've seen clips on YouTube of Boa, like, and how strict she is with like performances and having
Mhm.
everything be a certain way. And I think I've seen like behind clips of her. I don't know if they were performing. I mean, if they were rehearsing for that show, for the New Year's show. But I've
Mhm.
seen clips of her working with some of the ESPA members and like giving them ideas on, oh, you should move this way or look that way or do this kind of movement. It'll really like help the performance. And so I'm wondering if that's also part of the reason why they seem just like more seasoned, I guess, on
Mhm.
stage. Like you said, even like the new girls, like I feel like they really are. I feel like it's mostly probably because of her
Yeah.
and like how strict she is with like performances, like I said. But um yeah, that's all I was gonna say. Whereas I feel like with like Super M, I mean, I feel like Taemin was probably the oldest member. Like, not oldest member. Was he the oldest member? No, I think him and okay, I'm getting off track. But he was the one I think who had been in the industry for the longest out of all the members. But I don't feel like I don't get that same like authoritarianism, is that the word, authority, I don't know, I don't feel that same like
Like he's not as
energy.
strict
I
as.
don't feel like he's as well. I guess Bo has also been in the industry for a lot longer than
Oh
him,
yeah.
so she's and so and I just don't feel that. I didn't feel that kind of like, I don't feel that kind of leadership. Like, I don't see Tatum being like, oh well, you're doing this move wrong, you're making us look bad. Like, whereas with Boa, like I could see her doing something like that. Like,
Mhm.
you're throwing off the performance. Like, we need to look together. And so when you have that kind of standard,
Yeah.
you expect that from others around you. I don't know. Like, I feel like Taemin was more, he seems more of a like, yeah, we need to look good, but I'm not going to like force you to do certain things. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to like. I don't want to make, like, I'm not trying to make him sound bad. I'm not trying to make her sound bad, but I just feel like it seems like Boa has a certain standard that she expects others to hold, especially since she's been in the industry for so long, and she has an idea of what a good performance, a really great performance, I guess, needs to look like. And she
Yeah.
expects others to step up to the plate.
That's good because I mean, clearly it played off, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's nice to have some sort of leadership like that too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she was like hard on them, but she was also like nice about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't expect her to be like rude, but you know, I don't know. You know, when it's time to work, it's time to work. And so
Yeah. I
yeah,
guess that's what I meant. Based on what I've seen from her, I was like, oh, so she's like, she reminds me of Beyonce.
yeah.
And so,
Well,
I'll leave
that's
it at
why a
that.
good product was put out.
Yeah. So that's all I was going to say. I just wanted to add that because they were really good. Anyways, okay.
Okay, so moving on to our next debut. It's more so like a solo debut. We're going to talk about Woozy's Ruby. If I'm being completely honest, this one didn't stand out to me as much as I was expecting it to. And I would say I did like the guitar break, and his outfits were on point, especially the little zebra print one. I was like, I like that. Uh yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one. Um, I don't know. I feel like maybe the reason I didn't like it was because it kind of felt slightly flat to me, or like on one sound, because it was like a lot of like guitar throughout it. I mean, the guitar, there was like this very nice distinctive guitar break in it, but like I don't know. I think the whole thing was just like so high energy. I don't know. It was very high energy, and it was just like never like a mixture of like high energy to low energy type thing.
Okay.
A lot throughout it, but yes, Melissa, what were your thoughts?
Okay. I mean, it's fair. You know, we don't have to like everything. I know I don't like everything that we talk about. But yeah, for me, I couldn't get over the fact that he looked like a baby.
Oh, that is true. He did look like a baby. He did look like a baby.
Like, he has such a baby face. Like, I couldn't get over it. Like, how are you like trying to like? Was there a version where he cursed? I can't remember, or if it was just like, I don't give a. I remember that part, but I don't remember if I feel like I heard a version where he did curse though, but maybe I'm just like, maybe in my head I just filled in the blank in my head, because when I watched the video again, I didn't see that. But anyways, and I think I've always thought of 17 as like younger brothers almost. And it's like, I've never looked at them like, oh, he's a man. Like, I don't know. And they are. I think most of them, I think pretty much all of them are like younger than us, considerably younger. And so, but it's not even just that. It's just that they're in, I don't know. Anyways, they have always seemed like younger brothers to me. And so, and then he's always looked like a baby to me.
Yeah.
And so I just couldn't get over it. But like, like, oh, he's trying to grow up. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. But I did love the red suit though, and I loved like, because like Ruby and red, like the I don't know if that was the intent for him to wear a red suit because the song is Ruby, but he looked really nice in the red suit. And in terms of the song, I did like that it started off very orchestral, like, because I love like orchestral songs. I was gonna say orchestra like songs, but anyways, I really like orchestral songs, and I loved how it dropped into this like kind of rock song throughout. But other than that, it didn't. I guess I also kind of felt the same way as you were. It didn't really. It's not one of my faves, but I appreciate the song for what it is. And I also couldn't take it seriously, I guess, because there was a part where he talked about some I need a Coke Zero, and I was like, why are you talking about Coke Zero randomly in the middle of the song? Like, I couldn't get, like, I think he was trying to be sexy and sultry kind of, but there were just certain parts I was like, no, like, you're not, like, you're still like a child.
You're trying to grow up too fast, sir.
Yeah. And I'm like, are they sponsored by Coca-Cola? Why is he talking about Coke Zero? And why Coke Zero specifically? Like, I just got hung up on the technicalities of some of the lyrics because I'm like, why are you talking about Coke Zero? And why would you want Coke Zero? That stuff is disgusting. Anyways.
It's bad for you, too.
Yeah.
You might as well just drink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has nothing to do with the song.
No.
His hair looked really nice when it was back, though. I will say that. It looked nice when it was back. He looked he looked younger when it was, like, in the front, like, in the bang sort of thing. But he looked a little bit more grown with it swept back. So, that helped a little.
Oh.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, I was wondering, do you think that's because, like, okay, this is really random and off topic, but do you think that's because, like, sometimes when you watch, like, K-dramas, you know, when they're younger, they always put their bangs down, but, like, when they get older, it's, like, either, like, the little split in the front, or it's, like, pushed back to the side or something? Do you think just, like, our brains automatically is, like, oh, he's young here, or he's older looking here?
But they do look younger and older with those hairstyles. I don't think it's necessarily. Are you saying am I conditioned to think that because of K-dramas?
Yeah, I was wondering if we were. Well, I mean, I felt that way too. So I was wondering if maybe somehow I got conditioned too without knowing it. But
they do really look younger with their hair like that, and then with their hair with the bangs, and they do look older with their hair swept back.
But do they? Or were we conditioned to think that? Okay, anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Melissa.
I mean, that's like saying, do we look younger with pigtails versus our hair, like, out and straightened? Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Certain hairstyles. So you say we're conditioned to think that people look younger if they have pigtails?
Maybe. Or maybe because it's what we associate it with. Because, like, you associate a child wearing pigtails. So automatically you're like, yeah, but I'm saying, right. So, like, automatically you might be like, oh, well, then that person's younger because they're wearing pigtails. Where, like, if it was normal for adults to wear pigtails, then it'd be fine. And you probably wouldn't think that. Okay, I'm sorry. Just really went into the science and the psychology of all of this. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I guess. So, I guess if little boys were running around with side parts in their hair, then I wouldn't think that he was older with the side part. Back to the song, though. It was fine. The song was fine. It was okay. I think I like the visuals of the video more than I actually enjoyed the song. But I did like the beginning and the way that it started. The lyrics were just to me, that's all. And the hair. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. I will say I also did like the scene where I guess they were models, like they were doing like a fashion show and he was in the middle.
Yeah, it's
like looking at them. Yeah.
That part was cool.
A nice part. Okay. Do you have anything else to say about this?
No, I mean, I just feel like people are gonna be like, oh, they hated the song.
It's not that I hated the song. It's just not my taste. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like if somebody was like, "Oh my god, I love the song," I would say like, "Okay, I can see why you like the song." But as for me, is this something that like I personally like? Would I have it on repeat? Probably not. So that's how I felt. I mean,
I agree. I can take a lot of effort into it though.
Yeah. So moving on to our last debut, this is just the last of the episode, honestly. We're going to talk about Kepler's Wadada. I would like to say that for the video, I think the opening dance and formation is just like everything. It was just really, it was like that subtle like arm movement, and then the girls that were on like the floor in the front, like their head turn. When it turns, it was like a little clock. I really like that. So that being said, I also really enjoyed the choreography just throughout the video. I like the entire song except for the chorus, but I really liked the choreo that they did for the chorus. So yeah. And for me, the song, I feel like this song really pulls you in from the beginning with just it's you and I, and then like the you and I, let's go. So I don't know. I feel like they just like capture you right from the beginning. And I would say my favorite part of the video was when the members were like disappearing and then like popping up here, or like the camera would move and then like another member would pop up and then like they would disappear and then the whole group would pop up. And so I really like that. And I really like the mixture between like this like I don't know if you want to call it like dark outfits, and then they had like these very like, I don't know, I think I'm thinking of like the plaid and the black that they had throughout the video, and then they had like the pink outfits that were a little bit brighter. And so I kind of like that mixture that was there. And yeah, this is just, I don't know, I really like them. I want to see what more comes from them. I really like the song. And yeah, I just liked it all overall. So Melissa, what are your thoughts?
Wow, you really liked the video and the song.
Yeah, I did. Surprisingly, yeah, I really liked it.
I don't know. I think I need to listen to it a few more times. I thought it was a cute song, and I do think the chorus is catchy. I also really enjoyed the popping up and disappearing whatever parts. I thought that was very cute. And I can definitely see the choreo for the chorus, the watata part, going viral. Like I could just see people. I could see it all over TikTok. Like I just already know. Because it's so, those like simple moves are like easy for, and it's in the choreo looks easy for people to like pick up, I guess. So, and that like apparently helps things go viral on TikTok. But anyways, but I don't know. I mean, that's really all I was gonna say. I thought it was cute. I think I just need to listen to it a few more times. I mean, I guess I felt the same way about Eyes, where it was like, oh, it was cute, but I didn't know if I was ever gonna like go back and listen to it again. And then I did, and I was like, oh, this song is like really good. So, but I will say that I mean, apparently this song is pretty popular because they're already winning awards on music shows there. So good for them, I guess. And yeah, I'm interested to see what more they're gonna come out with. What they're gonna come out with next.
I agree. I'm excited. I don't know. I feel like this will be one of the newer K-pop groups that I actually like follow and become like a real fan of.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. It's really good. I like it. Okay, that's all I had to say.
Okay. Well, we've come to the end of today's episode. Please share your thoughts about the topics we talked about today. You can chat with us on Twitter, Instagram, and SpeakPipe, where you can leave us a voice message. The links are in the description. As always, if you like this episode and want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast. Thank you for listening. We hope you stay safe, and we'll talk to you later.